So, today, coming at you from Archons in Cambodia, and I need to, I've just been working with the Ganja spirit, and I have a message for you that I'm channeling right now. And there are certain forces at work that do not want me to get this message out, but I'm going to, because I feel like it's important. We keep on distracting ourselves all the time with these devices and entertainment to stop ourselves from doing the real work of going with it. And there are, oh fuck's sake, need to get this camera, how do I want it, there. There are forces at work trying to stop you from listening to yourself, from hearing the mental chatter that is going on inside your mind all the time, telling you that you're not good enough, that you can't do this or that because of this reason or that happened to you, you're never going to be good enough, you're never going to achieve your full potential. And they are operating outside of sight, and they are feeding on those thoughts. Every time you have a thought like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or no one's going to listen to what I have to say, or nobody cares, or I'm not talented enough, or I'm not smart enough, they're there sucking on you. They're feeding on that energy, that negative energy. It's food for them, it's a snack for them. And people need to know this. They need to know that this is happening. And every time you feed them with that negative energy, you give them power. And they get more and more powerful until you no longer want to listen to the voice inside your head. And so you distract yourself all the time. You're on Instagram or you're on YouTube, and you're listening to all these positive self-empowerment coaches who are telling you, they're telling you basically the truth, that you need to just listen to yourself, and you need to believe in yourself, and you need to know that you are powerful enough to manifest anything that you can possibly imagine inside your mind. You would not have imagined that inside your mind if it wasn't possible for you. You just have to choose. You have to decide. But we don't listen to that voice inside our heads. We're constantly trying to be somebody or get somewhere or prove that we're good enough. And we're never going to feel good enough. We're never going to feel ready, because we don't listen to the self-talk inside our heads telling us you're this, you're that, whatever it is. You know, oh, you're too short, you're not good looking enough, you're too fat, or this thing happened to you when you were a child, so you're always going to be damaged goods. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That thing that's telling you all the time that you're not good enough. You have to listen to that voice, and you have to understand where it's coming from, and you have to understand who put it there. Who put that voice inside telling you that you're not good enough for this, that, or that reason? You need to put the phone down, stop checking your notifications, and you need to listen, and you need to ask, where is this feeling coming from? This feeling that's meaning that I'm not getting up on time in the morning, that's making me hit the snooze button, that's telling me that I can't be bothered to go to the gym, or whatever it is that you want for your life, but you have a blockage that's stopping you from getting there. You have to ask it, who put this limiting belief here, and go back to the root of it, and you'll find out where it came from. And you have to send it back with love. You don't send it back with bitterness. You don't listen to, maybe it was your parents or something that said, oh, you know, you're not good looking enough to be a singer. Like, all the singers on TV are good looking. You're not good looking enough, so you can't be a singer. Even though you know in your heart that all you've ever wanted to do is sing for people. Whatever it is. You know, I don't know, maybe you want to be an artist, or maybe a teacher or a healer. Whatever it is that you know is your divine purpose, your mission. And you'll hear, from your dad, and you don't have to hate them or be bitter towards them. But the thing is, you already are. You already have those resentments that you're holding on to. And you've just never even bothered to listen to them. But they come out in all your interactions with those people, if they're still in your life, like if it's your parents or your siblings that said something to you when you were little that's really fucking stuck with you. Just send it back with love. Like, they didn't know what they were doing, no matter what it was that they did. No matter how dark it was. No matter how dark it was. They did not know what they were doing. They were unconscious. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't feel rage towards them. Feel as much rage as you want, let it out. But once you're done processing that, send it back with love. And stop feeding those negative voices, because they literally become things, and they become entities, and they have a consciousness, they have thoughts of their own, and they multiply. So you have to start feeding the thoughts that you want to multiply, the good ones, the ones that you want to hear more of. Like, I am good enough, I am smart enough, I do have this gift that people want to confide in me, or people always ask me for advice about this, that and the other. Like, you know what it is that you're good at, because it will be the thing that gives you the most joy. So you've just got to stop listening to those voices inside your head that tell you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough. And women especially, like, I can't speak for men, because I think men will probably have their own limitations that they create in their own mind based on society's conditioning. But women, we have to get over this whole thing of not being pretty enough. Like, being female, like, being pretty is not a prerequisite to being female. Like, yes, femininity is beautiful and sexy and sensual and has that inherent into it, but you're not obliged to be like that all the time in order to be visible. I know we live in a society that tells women that they have to be like that, but you are not obliged to be like that. That's only one aspect of femininity. There's so much else going on with femininity, like wisdom and intuition and, just being in touch with your emotions, being in touch with the earth, that make you beautiful. It's not just about how you look or how you dress or how you present yourself. But a lot of the time we stop ourselves. Like, I was even thinking about, not doing this transmission because I can't be bothered to put makeup on right now. Or because maybe the lighting in my room isn't perfect and people are going to be like, oh, she's ugly. Like, who gives a fuck? Just be you. Like, be who you need to be and show up every day being you without listening to those voices that are telling you that you can't be you. Because they're not you. They're parasitic entities that have taken a control and a hold of you, because everything in the universe is interconnected. We're not separate. Like, anybody who studied quantum physics, particle theory, the double slit experiment will know that we're just ripples in this ocean. So we actually are all physically one, not even just on a spiritual level, because there is no separation between the physical and the spiritual, the seen and the unseen. It's all just one big giant field. Do you understand what I'm saying? So your negative thoughts will be attracted to other negative thoughts coming from other people. That's why you think that they're true. You think, this person's thinking this bad thing about me. And I know it because I can feel it. Yeah, because you believe that. So you're projecting it. And it might actually be in their own heads, but that's because you put it in their heads. Because you are that powerful. You are that powerful that you can literally bend reality with your thoughts. So everything that everybody's showing back to you is basically a photocopy of your own mind, your own thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs. And when you understand this, you will literally be able to manifest anything that you can imagine. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. I think that's all that's coming to me for right now. Okay, I'll do another one if I get another message. Okay.
You're introduced to LSD, and unless you've taken some other drug, like for instance, like marijuana or something, it's an altogether